The fine young Cannibals, a group born out of the ashes of the debris that was the English beat. And I'm still not done. Eventually, the fine young Cannibals broke up. That would be about 1992, although there have been some tours recently with a different lineup. General Public broke up in 1987, reformed in 1994, and then broke up again a year later. Now we have two English beats, and the arrangement is rather interesting. In North America, Dave Wakeling fronts the band, playing old hits and touring around the continent. In the UK and Europe, that's Ranking Roger's domain. Each beat stays on their own side of the Atlantic. Everybody makes money. Everybody's happy. Okay, let's try something else. You've probably heard stories about subliminal messages placed on records that are designed to mess with our minds. A brief history of what's called backmasking is coming next.
More of the secret history of rock coming up. Let's get back to the secret history of rock with Alan Cross.
When magnetic recording tape began to catch on in the 1950s, musicians and producers were quick to recognize the potential of this new technology. They got into things like overdubs, double tracking vocals and instruments, and editing tape. They also realized that tape could be reversed, so the audio would run backwards. And this proved to be much fun. No one really knows for sure who was first, but we can point to the Beatles' Revolver album as one of the first popular records to use backwards masking, running reversed audio. They used it mainly for instrumentation. Just listen to Tomorrow Never Knows, you'll hear it.
Turn off your mind, relax and float downstream. It is not dying. It is not dying. Lay down all thoughts.
By the time the Beatles got to the Sgt. Pepper album in 1967, they were using backwards masking quite a bit. It became one of the central pieces of evidence in the whole Paul is dead controversy. Coded messages hidden in the music and run backwards. People then started looking for other messages on other albums by other artists. This was spurred on by a 1974 book called Subliminal Seduction, which proposed that secret messages and dirty pictures were being used in advertising to entice people to buy. By the middle 70s, the race was on to find subliminal messages in rock music. The religious right was all over this, claiming that backwards messages bypassed the conscious mind and brainwashed the listener. And suddenly, every rock song seemed to be telling us to do bad things. And this led to accusations that rock bands were in league with the Church of Satan to bring youth over to the dark side. Many churches held record burnings. In 1983, a bill was introduced in California that sought to prevent the use of backwards messages in songs that, and here's a quote, can manipulate our behavior without our knowledge or consent and turn us into disciples of the Antichrist. Again, that's a quote. Arkansas passed a law the same year referencing the demonic nature of songs by the Beatles and Queen and Pink Floyd and Styx. A governor by the name of Bill Clinton later killed that law. The effect of backmasking is still debated. What isn't up for debate is the fact that bands do it on purpose. Pink Floyd, Cake, Eminem, Iron Maiden, Kiss, Linkin Park, Oasis, the White Stripes, they've all played with it. Let me play you this from Beck. The backwards message is in one of the choruses.